Hello and welcome along to the channel, and we have a few more problems that we're taking a look at. I'm going to go and get it. It's with the Mercedes. You did see it, I think, in one of the previous videos. We were having a city safe fault coming up. We need to take a look into that because the fault does keep coming back. Clearing the code wasn't just a one-off, it happens every time driving the car now. And what we found is it's the front radar sensor. So things like adaptive cruise, I suspect cruise control won't turn on at all. Haven't tried that, but we need to take a look, try and work out what exactly it is, and hopefully it's not going to be a very expensive fix or a sensor replacement, anything like that. But we need to take a look. I haven't got a clue what it is or how it works, so we're going to be figuring this one out. So it's probably not a how-to video, it's more let's go take a look, see what we can find. First thing, let's get the car. First thing we're going to do, plug the diagnostics in with my iCarsoft, and let's see what fault it comes up with. Now the slot for this one is down here under a cover. It's quite difficult to get to actually, so I'm going to reach in and plug in and have a look. So we've got a few faults showing. ECM, let's have a look. Oil level sensor has a fault. Okay, that's not too much of a problem. Let's go down and have a look at the ESP. Looks like there's quite a few faults here. Communication with component A180. Collision prevention assist control unit or distronic electron. So there's our fault, C081000. That's definitely related. No CAN message was received from control unit, collision prevention assist. CAN communication fault. No CAN message was received. Communication, no CAN. Software version is too old. Now I think that's probably due to communication. Signals implausible. Signals implausible. Okay, so we're getting a lot of faults all related to the collision prevention assist controller and module. So it sounds like it's to do with the controller and or the module. Now I know the module is behind the Mercedes-Benz badge, so I think that's the first place we're going to take a look and then start to trace it back. And let's see if we can find anything wrong here and just work it out from there. So let's go. First things first, I'm not actually sure where the sensor is. I can't see anything direct under the grille or around it. Now the front parking sensors, those are still working, so it's not that, it's the radar sensor, which I think is behind the badge. But looking back, there's an awful lot of plastic and trim kicking around here, as well as the release mechanism. I think what we want to do is get this air intake pipe off and see if we can see any cable or connections, because that cable there is the bonnet release cable. That looks like that is the latch sensor for the bonnet. So I think, yeah, we'll take this off and see if we can find some cabling to try and trace it in. The sensor is actually the star, it's the symbol. This is the radar sensor. Now actually it is a bit dirty, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the sensor out. There are clips all around it. Now I think the electrical connector is at the top, so I think I think I'll have to take it off and then drop it to get the connector out. So I'm going to try and use my pry tools around the sides. I don't want to smash the clips on it. So try and find where the clips are and gently unclip it. It does appear to be well held in. And I'm not convinced these clips are the right way to go, and may need to try from a different angle, because those clips, unless does it twist? No, it doesn't twist. It must unclip in this way. I just don't want to damage the clips. It doesn't flex very much, but it's flexed enough to let me look in the gap down here. And I could see the sensor and I could see the clips, and I've managed to unclip. Now the cable isn't and the connector isn't at the top, it's at the bottom, but you can see the clips at either side, and that's how it's held in. So once you have to get the pry tool in quite a long way to unclip it. One at the top, one there, and actually the wire is quite tight, so I'm not quite sure how to undo this, because that feels quite tight. But there we have it. This is definitely the radar sensor module, and I think this is where we've got our fault. There we go, just unclipping the wire from in here. You see it gives us a bit more clearance. Now it's a communication fault, so it's either the module has gone faulty or the connector or the wiring is faulty. Now the wiring looks like it goes into the foam crash bar and it'll feed along one side or the other, so that's problematic. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to undo this connector, clean it, and see if that makes any difference. It may just be something like the connector is corroded and needs cleaning. At least that's what I'm hoping. There we have it removed. Connector is actually pretty clean by the looks of it. As is this end. That does not look problematic. But I think what I'm going to do is unclip the whole module. Let's just take a look and make sure there's nothing obvious on it, and then I think just try to clean it all up, put it back together, and let's see if it makes any difference. By prising this corner and this corner, the whole module, lifts up like this. Now actually it doesn't look clean, but it doesn't look dirty either. I think I'm just going to clean it all up and hope that putting it back together magically solves it. It may not, but it's worth a go, I think. Now actually, once I've done this, a few dead flies and bugs and things have actually dropped out. I don't know how sensitive this is to little things like that, but it's also seemingly got a bit of dirt and water damage maybe. What I'll do is I'll show you the part number as well, in case you need to take a look. I'll put a photo up of the part number whilst I'm in here. Let's give this a little clean. I've given that a good clean up. I've put the module back in, because actually with it off I could get right at the module, lifted it off, cleaned it, and let's connect it back up again, and then I'm going to try turning the car on and see what it thinks is going on, see if it can communicate, see if I can get rid of those communication errors, because if it's giving communication errors, it suggests it could more likely be the cable or the wiring, because the wiring must go along the bumper and up to the computer, so the wiring could be suspect as well, especially if it's squashed, or if the bumper has had a slight impact, it could have damaged that wire. But I'm going to connect it back up and let's go and clear the codes and see what happens. what I've done is I've just rested it in, because I'd assume it has to point vaguely in the right direction. If it's pointing straight at the ground, it may not like that. So let's try that and go and see what the code reader says. Now this isn't a good sign. I've cleared the codes twice now, and this code keeps coming back. No CAN message received from control unit A90 or A89. So it looks like it's not getting data from the sensor now. Whether that's a wiring fault or whether that is the unit has failed, I'm not sure. What I've done is I've disconnected the sensor and cleared the code, because I want to see whether the message has changed. Now the message, no CAN message was received, is practically the same message I was getting before. So it's either still the wiring, or it's the sensor has completely failed and is not communicating. Either way, that's quite a difficult fix. Now I've looked up those sensors, they're not cheap. I think it was about £350 used for one of those sensors. And the trouble is, I don't know if we bought a sensor whether the problem will go away, or if it is indeed a wiring problem. Now testing, it's a multi-pin, I think there's 4 or 5 wires in the pin, so it's not easy to test that out either. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to fix this problem. I'm going to plug the sensor back in again, put it all back together, but I don't think we're going to be fixing it quickly. What I'm going to do is for now put it back in. Now apparently you clip the top in first, and the other two should just push into place, like that. Okay, and then I'm going to reattach the bumper itself. Well, it's just this front clip. Now I'm also going to try and look for the cable, but to be honest, it could come in this cable loom, it could come from anywhere. Now I don't think it's going to be a fuse, because it's not really coming back with something that would suggest a fuse failure or anything like that. So I'm not really sure what the next steps would be, other than it actually having to go to a specialist so that they would be able to determine whether it's the module or not, and that is going to be very pricey. Well, I'm not sure if this one's going to be solved or not. I have actually found a used sensor for £50, and I am considering just ordering that used sensor, because at least it would determine how difficult the problem is. If it starts communicating, great, it's not the wiring. I think it might be worth a go, but that is probably going to be something on a future video. Hope you've enjoyed this. Haven't really solved anything, but if you get the same fault, at least you now know how to remove the sensor on the front, and we know how it unclips for future. So there you go. Haven't really got very far, but that's what happens sometimes with cars. Do pop a like down the bottom of the video if you enjoyed this. Pop a comment if you've had a similar fault on your Mercedes, and I'll see you in the next video.